Mr. Loxton, the 12 documents that you present in this kit on the assassination of President Kennedy are a kind of do-it-yourself investigation into the assassination in Dallas.
Yes, it's a compilation, in fact, of the investigation material, the core of the investigation material produced both by the Commission and by some of the private investigators. We've got documents in exact facsimile, both of the photographs and of the actual documents, which come both from FBI reports, from service, and from the various material published by the Commission itself. I mean, here, for instance, is one of the pathologist's reports of a three-dimensional cutout. This, I think, gives a very good idea of what Dealey Plaza really looked like.
Now, in these documents, do you draw any conclusions which are not drawn from, say, the Warren Commission?
Well, we've made no attempt to draw conclusions as such. We were aiming to present evidence, not to guide the reader to come to a definite decision.
And do you have any solution?
None at all.
Now, after an apparently long look at all the evidence presented to you, do you consider the matter unsolved?
Very definitely unsolved. There are a great many points which the Commission hasn't cleared up to my satisfaction. I don't think the satisfaction of most of the people of either Europe, the USA, or the rest of the world.
Mr. Loxton, there has been some criticism in the British press over what has been described by one reviewer as gruesome exhibits in this kit. How do you react to this?
Well, I think this is purely newspaper sensationalism. The only item which they specifically suggested was gruesome was a photograph of the president.
Mr. Loxton, there has been some criticism in the British press over what has been described as gruesome details in this kit. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I take this as being just newspaper sensationalism. They were referring probably largely to this one.
Add to, say, Manchester, Mark Lane, or Epstein's accounts of the assassination.
What it can add is the actual material itself. You haven't got to take Epstein's word or Lane's word that a document says this. In both their books, they have reproduced some photographs, some documents, but we've produced things exactly as they are. There's no tampering, no messing about. This is a facsimile as near as anybody can make it to the real thing.
And what are some of the so-called unanswered questions?
Well, there's the single bullet theory to start off, which is the key pin to the whole of the Commission's case. This, I think, is still not satisfactorily proved. If we are ever allowed to see the X-rays of the late President's body, this will, I think, clear the point up perhaps in favour of the Commission's decision. There's the means by which a description of Oswald was circulated. This is still very unclear. The direction from which the shots came, this still isn't conclusively proved. This is the kind of point which we're trying to put before the public who have heard about the dispute going on over the Warren report and who want to know what it's all about.